about it. Thank you very much. People are thinking about it. People are thinking about it. Thank you. You always appear and disappear. Sir, don't use a bill. If you use a bill and they put you on a mango tree, don't. One more, guys. One more. Can we do one more? Just one more person. I mean, you want me to tell you about myself? I would. I mean, I would expect that you also tell me about yourself. So I just wait for one more and I will go. I really think people are thinking about it. I would love what it was with the mango tree. So I mean, I want to be sure of the number of people that are here. So I'm very certain that there are 4 people on this call now, right? I'm looking for a picture of a dove, but I can't find. So it means you are not a dove. You want to lie that you are a dove. Okay. You want to lie that you're a dove, so the dove ran away from your phone. Fantastic. Rachel, but dove, right? Thank you so much. Okay, so I hit it really, really fast. Again, thank you so much to everyone for being here, and thank you so much for having me. My name is Toluwase Olaniyan. I lead the team. I lead the team at Ego Foundation and at Warding HCD. I have done this for about 15 years of my life, and I mean, rightly said in my bio, it is very important for me that one thing should not define us. 2 things actually, but one leads to the other. Poverty must not define us as people of color, and unemployment must not define us. Unemployment cannot define us. Unfortunately, over time, we have left our own development and our own job seeking and job finding to the hands of people who have nothing to do about our own life. Right. And that's why I commend the efforts of the organizers of this event. We can never have enough of this. We can never have enough of this. Ideally, these are sessions you should pay for, but I'm sure people are getting it for free. And I would say to the organizers, please, the next time you have a boot camp, let people pay for it. If they paid for it, they would come, right? And they will come on time. They are not, people won't take it serious. And people have not taken it serious over time because they are not paying for it. But they feel that they are doing the platform a very big favor, right? And that's why tonight, this evening, pardon me because it's right getting into night for me here. So this evening we will be extracting 5 smart topics, and I will not just be speaking to entry-level job seekers, but I will be speaking majorly to 2 categories of people, right? I'll be speaking to 2 categories of people on this call, and I'll be speaking to 1 entry level and 2 mid-career level. Whichever spot you fall in between, please, I mean, let's take it as it is. I have left the PowerPoint with the organizers in the comment section. I'm sure they will probably be generous enough to share with us. However, I think that they probably would share only with people who they find that it would be very useful for. So you can find my notes after now, or I mean again now. Or am I able to share my screen? Yeah, I'm not able to. So you can find my notes. You can find my notes after now with the organizers. Enough said. Securing your dream job, strategies for turning your career aspiration into reality, and it's tough in this climate that we are. Really tough. Because a lot of people say there are no jobs. So do you think, or do you actually agree that indeed there are no jobs? Do we actually agree that there are no jobs? Who agrees here that there are no jobs? If you agree that there are no jobs, please let me see you raise your hand. Oh, so we all agree that there are jobs. There are jobs. There are plenty jobs. Okay. I mean, I share your concern and your sentiments that there are jobs. Yeah. I mean, there indeed are jobs. The unfortunate part is that we are not positioned to be able um to assess these jobs. If I know, we are not ready for the jobs. And that's the honest truth. We are not ready for the jobs. I will share 5 strategies with us on this call. Again, these 5 strategies are not exhaustive. Those 5 strategies are pointers to to different things that would make you land your job. And you must then go beyond these things that have been said into a bigger picture for yourself. Also, as I go through these things, I expect that you personally internalize it for yourself and for your own use, right? 2 ways. It could be in business and it could be in job hunting. Well, hey, I mean, I'll streamline towards job hunting. But as you hear these things, also profile yourself and think about this for you as if you want to be the one to employ, or if you want to be or if you want to get into someone's organization, right? So first is strong personal brand. Pardon me. First is strong personal brand. And people think, or you see personal brand as something big. No, personal brand is who you think and who you say you are. Now, a lot of us are applying to jobs, and we want jobs because we are graduates. And if they say, what can you do? The first thing you will say is, I graduated from OAU, or I graduated with first class. In fact, no, that's not what you say. What you say is, when I say, what kind of job do you want? 2 things people say. Number one, any kind of job. Number two, I studied microbiology. I say, what job are you looking for? You say you studied microbiology. Báwo ló ṣe jọra wọn? Right? You must have your personal brand. That personal brand is who you say you are and what you say you can do. Now, in my notes, I said, I gave like basic basic tips around it, right? And I say you are picking an identity that speaks about you. Now, your personal brand should first start from the problem you desire to solve, the problem that you can solve, the problem you want to solve. You studied microbiology. What problem can you solve? Now, when you have first done this, I say this. See, as you begin to get into the labor market, or you're in labor market and you need to transition, one thing should stand strong. Your roots must be deep inside before people start seeing the stem outside. Which means before you go on social media, LinkedIn, be sure of the problem you want to solve. Know very well what you want to do before you then begin to go and show forth outside. Now, a lot of us want to join organizations in the name of they will train me. People will train you, but the system will rip you off and take advantage of you. Have we seen people who work with the bank, or who work with banks? Have we seen them? People work with banks for 15 years. They come out of the bank after 15 years. They are struggling to fit into the system again because the only thing that they have gone to do in the bank is the bank has trained them to be able to do the bank's job. How many banks are there? By the time you now leave, you're looking for another bank to fit into. Gracefully, now they can fit into fintechs. But before now, they struggle a lot because they do not have a solid personal brand and a solid personal identity. Now, once you've shown the problem that you can solve as a person, you are solid as a person, you then begin to leverage social media platform to show the skill, the ability, and the things that you can do. A lot of us run away from social media, particularly LinkedIn, because we say people just come to announce their successes and we cannot relate. And you are intimidated because you are not showing for the things that you should show for. Because you don't, your personal brand is cowering at the sight of other people. Right? Now, if you are you know that, I mean, so for example, myself, I know that one of the things that I have been called to do is to take people from unemployment to employment. I have done this for over 15 years of my life, and the people that I have placed across brands, cut across Nigeria, Asia, Europe, I mean, literally almost all of the continent. And I know this is solid for me, so I can come anywhere, go on social media, and talk about this. Now, I have gotten an opportunity, in fact, coincidentally, having to speak with you here was as a result of conversation on LinkedIn. Now, you need to then begin to showcase and show for the things that you can do on public space. You can't be winking in the dark. You're sure you can do this thing very well. You must showcase what you can do, right? Leveraging social media platform like LinkedIn to showcase your skill, project, and achievements. Create a professional presence online that highlights your unique value. Now, there are 1,000 people who graduate from microbiology every year. There are 1,000,000 people who graduate from accounting every year. For you to be able to put yourself ahead of these people, you will be able to show yourself in places that these people naturally will not show themselves. Or you must be able to show yourself in a way that is different. Right? So for mid-career level, you must develop thought leadership by sharing insights. Right? It is not enough to go and share picture, but you are an investment analyst. You must come look for a critical topic maybe every 2 weeks, draw a plan, and every 2 weeks you come, oh, Nigeria is diversifying into this. You talk about this. People now see, I'm sorry. People now think you have sense. I don't say you don't have sense, but people now think that you actually have sense. People now see you as someone of high intellect and high value. Unfortunately, some of us, we just go and copy the thing and go and put in it, right? But it helps us and it puts us in the right place, generally, right? So first, you must learn to build your own personal brand, solid personal brand, right? Secondly is, see, you've already gone to the school. A lot of people, even you in your class, when you studied anatomy, when you studied physics, studied engineering, studied accounting, studied business administration, studied public administration. But please, is there anybody in the room who studied public administration? Is there anybody here? Okay, nobody. Please, in case you study public administration, never ever call it poor bad. Is that what you call it? Poor bad, poor bad, or biz ad. Please. In fact, as soon as you call it that, you call it poor bad or bizard, it is one leg away from the job. I'm sorry, I will not hire someone who calls public administration poor bad. Now, what personal brand and sharing your thoughts on social does for you is it helps you to put fine thoughts into this thing. You shall will not write on social media and you write pub ad. After I graduated from pub ad, you write as public administration. Now, the way you have written it is the way you want to call it. But when you are even lazy to call the name of your own course properly, Bizard, poor bad, I say to my people, anybody that call Bizard, I call business administration Bizard, check that person. That person cannot be solid candidate. Unfortunately, they've checked back to back. They are usually very funny candidates. They won't Bizard, they won't poor bad. Anyway, we'll move away from that. Now, I mean, the things that you write now on social puts you ahead. People can see that, oh, this person is having this conversation, this person is writing this thing. There are a lot of HR people on LinkedIn. People usually go to LinkedIn to search for hashtags and look at, I mean, hashtag investment banking, hashtag HR. and they can then find something that you wrote. They find it insightful. If I am hiring for a particular role, I would prioritize that kind of person over a highly efficient person that I do not know. Right? So you must learn to put yourself out there and showcase yourself. Let people see you. People say to me, but I am very shy. LinkedIn, you can be shy as you like. That's your business. You can use stock images to accompany your post in case you want to put pictures, right? You can use designs to put but let your thoughts go out there. You see, there's one thing about sharing thoughts and putting yourself out there. People learn from you and you learn from other people. People say, oh, it's social media. It's social media. I don't have time for social media. What do you have time for? Now, it's not social media because of show. It's social media for personal branding and for learning. You learn from people on social and they learn from you. You will not know it. You will not understand it. It will not come to your subconscious or to your conscious that you are learning things from social media and people are learning from you until you say something spontaneous as you saw it written somewhere. It's the same thing. Because we can read, we pick up these things easily, the same way we can sing. A lot of us don't know how we learn some song. In the process of reading through other people's thoughts, you also learn these things. In fact, you might be saying that what they're writing is rubbish, but as you have read it, it has sung. So you must be there, and you must not just be a consumer on spaces like that. You must also be a contributor. Let people criticize your thoughts. Let people say you have said rubbish, and then see how it goes. I know people I mean, so I would give you some example of people, right? Um, okay, so for the sake of, I mean, it's being recorded, so I won't mention names. But if you go on Twitter, some of the most followed people are some of the most controversial people. Why are people then following them? People want to listen to the things that they are saying. The people that you see they are saying rubbish, they are getting followers, right? If you go on TikTok, Pella barely speaks English, but he puts himself out there and is closing deal. Now, we that are not educated, we that are corporates, we that have gone to school, we're not in the hiding, not putting ourselves out there. You can't be winking in the dark. So, secondly, is to network strategically. Network strategically. And for entry level people, what I recommend is attend industry events, career fairs, alumni meetup, or connect with professionals in desired field. Informational interviews with industry insiders can provide insights and open doors. See, you cannot be entry level. You're looking for a job and you are not volunteering. You're not attending events. You're no. Let me now say it instructively, if that English exists. You must now begin to attend events. You must begin to attend career fair, not to get jobs entirely, but to be able to meet with people, meet with recruiters, and connect with people. I know people that have gotten their job through someone they met at a career fair. That you go to a career fair does not mean they will employ you there. You see people who share the same thought with you, connect with them. When they get 2 job offers, they can recommend you for the other one once they know that you're a solid person. You're now sitting in your house. Nkechi, you want job to work and come and meet you in the house. How now? Even if you do NSPPD every morning, God still help those who help themselves. Right? So you must learn to network strategically, attend career events, step out of your comfort zone, alumni events, your university alumni. Don't run away from them if you don't have a job. Let people know that, oh, you are open to this kind of role. You are currently volunteering here, right? One thing I also that I need not mention, but which is also pivotal to all of this conversation, is you must understand the industry that you want to play. Very important. Understand the industry you want to play. Do not be, I'm sure that from the previous sessions that you have taken, you have moved away from the any kind of job syndrome. Any kind of job gets you stuck because you are not clear, you are not sure what you want. If you go to career fair, you see accounting, you see HR, you see business administrator, you see web developer. Because you don't have technology knowledge, you can take the web developer out. You now say you have 3 offers. As soon as your brother introduce you to Canva and WordPress, you activate it back. You're not even sure what you want to do. You're not sure what you want to do. You must be sure what you want to do. And as you network in these places, let the people you meet know the things that you want to do. You can have a complimentary card that has a career path or a job you are looking out for on it. And the complimentary card writes your name. And under the title, you say open to, we can write 2 kind of jobs. Open to this kind of job, this kind of job. Then put your contact phone number, email address, and everything. You can have an electronic card, an e-card that says that. So once I look at it, it syncs. The day I need someone from that role, for that role, I naturally will just reach out to the person who has handed me a complimentary card before. The same way we do for businesses. Looking for a job is a job. In fact, you're a job owner as you are looking for a job because you are the owner of your life. So you are the CEO of your life first. You're now looking for someone to partner with who is going to give you a job. So looking for a job is a job, and you must take it very seriously. Now, for mid-career level, I say cultivate and expand your professional network by joining industry association, attend conferences, and participate in online forums. You must learn the things that you have known before. There is a new way to do it. You must learn it. You cannot not learn from the things that you have known before. I hope that's not too deep. You must not learn from the things that you have known before. You say, oh, conference, accounting conference. What are they saying? No, go there. Meet people. Your next job might be in that conference. And when you go there, raise your hand and talk. Don't be part of the people that after the conference, they go out and go and buy chewing gum. They've not spoken for 3 hours. Even they themselves, if they open their mouth to themselves, they can faint. Don't no. Raise your hand and talk. Heaven help those who help themselves. It's not cliche. It's just what it is. Now, I will take the third point and I'll tell you a very short story about myself. I hope this will then inspire and propel you from where you are into where you want to be, right? But engage with peers and leaders in your industry. Do not be intimidated by the clout of anybody. Everybody, I'll say it in Yoruba, ọ̀gá àwọn kan làwọn kan. Right? The leader in your own space is looking for a leader somewhere. Leadership never ends. So as you think that you're a thought leader, you're a leader in your space, there are people who are still ahead of you. So learn to meet with people, share notes, compare notes, speak to people, and then expand your own knowledge and your own space. The person you know today, nobody can take the person away from you. The first time I met myself consulting for President Goodluck Jonathan, I met the person after online engagement, I met with the person who did that connect at Sheraton Hotel. Now, let me tell you what I used to do at some point in my life. I would go to some hotels, 4, I think 4. Eco Hotel, Radisson Blue, 4 Points by Sheraton, Oriental Hotel. I'll go to these 4 hotels, I'll sit down, I would invest in a newspaper, carry the newspaper, cross my leg and be reading it. I don't know what's in the idea. I could try to read them. Right. As soon as I see somebody who looks like the person I want to meet come down, I will bring down the newspaper a little. And then person looks at me. Now, the first time you saw me, it looked like you've seen me somewhere before, right? It happens all the time. Even when you saw the flyer for this event, I'm sure you would think that, oh, I think I've seen this person before. It happens all the time. So the guy walks up to me and say, this way looks familiar. I say, your face too looks familiar. And before you know, I have connected. I was looking out for free events in all of this. I mean, I don't get what I do in my life. I was looking for free events in all of this location because the kind of people I want to connect with do not live in Ajegunle, where I live. Do not live in Ijorabadia, where I grew up. Do not live in Orile, where I was coming from. They they probably live there, but no, I cannot meet them there. I have to go and meet them at a hotel, Radisson Blue, 4 Point by Sheraton. There is, I left the zone where I was to the people that I want to meet. Right? I will go to those conferences and begin to meet people. And the person asked me, so what do you do? At that time, one of the things I have most was I said I do a lot of social media. He said, oh, really? Oh, yeah. The following week, he said, wait, so we're putting together a social media team for President Goodluck Jonathan for his re-election. I actually want to work as a me. What am I doing in my life? I can be on the team. He said, oh, really? I said, yes. The following day, he said, okay, so I'll buy your ticket. What name should we put on it? Hey, my brother, I sent him my ID card straight. They bought my ticket. So can you meet us at the airport now? I said, yeah. I packed my bag, leave a note for my parents. I said, finally, God has answered my prayer. I will come back. So let's not say I will come back, but by the time I come back, I can buy this your house. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, ma. Now, so I did Japan, straight to Asu Rock. We were there for a while. I mean, doing my consulting thing. I met the person at Oriental Hotel. So don't stay in your house and be winking. Go out and network strategically. Meet people, connect with people in your industry, outside your industry, people that look like. See, when I then meet people, when I meet people and I lower my newspaper, and I just say, this face looks at me, I say, your face too looks familiar. I will tell you, before you ask me, I'll say, my name is Toluwase Olaniyan. The name sound very, very. Say Toluwase, I say, no, not Toluwase. First, we will start a conversation with my name. They say Toluwase, I say, no, they say, no, it's not Toluwase, it's Toluwase. Say, so what does it mean? We first have that conversation around that. Conversation has started. Then the next thing, before you ask me, because obviously you are the one that have been talking, see, before you then ask me, I will then ask you, what do you do? Once I ask you, what do you do? You tell me, you say, I am a doctor. I say, wow, that's interesting. That's amazing. Which hospital? You then tell me, talk, talk, talk. Before you ask me my own, by the time you are asking me, or before you ask me, I will have been thinking. By the time you ask me, I just tell you, I sell needles and medical equipment. The thing that I will do will be tied into the things that you do. I said, oh, really? I said, so how do you do it? Where do you? I said, my shop is, I sell online and my store is somewhere. Before you know, we'll steal a deal. If you say you're an engineer, I say, oh, really? I deal in building materials. If you say that you are a journalist, say, oh, wow, I have a lot of companies who are looking to buy media attention. Like, whatever you say you do, I would plug into it. Right? And that was because I am more of an entrepreneur. I am more of an entrepreneur. So I will key into the things that you say you do. And that's it. So you must go out and network. Nobody will come to your house for you to network with them. You must go to where people that you can network are, and then you network with them. So I'll move to the third one. So the first is build a strong personal brand. Number two is to network strategically. Number three, which is also what I've said in the last session, is to upskill continuously. Upskill continuously. See, the day you stop to learn is the day you die. I didn't say that. You can find out who said that. The day you stop to learn is the day that you die. And learning does not mean you opening book to. No, learning is a different path. You must be open to learn and continue learning. Invest in online courses, certification and workshop. Build skill, learn. Now, I promised that I was going to tell a short story about myself, and I'm going to say I'm going to tell that story as I take on this particular outline. I was in school. I was in ABU Zaria, and I was in this institution for 7 good years. I studied accounting for 7 years. Even me, I thought I was doing medicine already. I had first extra year, second extra year, and on the third extra year, they said, Oga, you seem like you have known this school too much and you have known the book too much. You cannot spill more than twice. You can now go home. After my third extra year, they said I should go home. And that's how I left the university without a university degree. And that was how I left the university without a university degree. And people have asked me this question and say, so how have you then moved? I say without mincing words. The only thing that has kept me ahead is my ability to learn and to continue learning. And that's it. I have my ability to learn and to continue learning. See, I almost know a little about every industry and about most things that you would mention. I do not watch football as such, but I'm able to have a decent conversation around football. Right? You must continue to learn. The story of 7 years in university. That one there as a day, right? If time permits, I can like share a bit more. But I have then continued to learn. I did not have, well, up until last year, I never had a university degree up until last year, 2023. I never had a university degree, but that did not stop me from continuous learning. I kept learning through it all, which include this. While I had no university degree, I had recruited for some of the best brands around. So it is not your degree that people are looking for. It's about the things that you have learned and that you want to deliver. I recruited for Bank of America, ARM, UBA, Access, Nestle, Chocolate City, cut across industry. Not with my university degree, but with the skill that I have acquired and the knowledge that I have had. Right? Invest in continuous learning. Demonstrate a commitment to learning to yourself and to people. Now you see, all of these are now linked. As you learn, you are able to show forth this learning when you network with people and even on your online appearances. Now, it's even very easy for you. By the time you showcase the things that you have by yourself online, when you showcase very well, it's easy for people to even come ask you questions, and before you know, you do consulting. It's that simple. So you don't even need to look for a job, just do consulting. If 10 people come to ask you the same question in a month, the next month, tell them, if you're coming to ask me that question, you pay me 10K. 10 people pay you that 10K, that's 100K, without leaving the comfort of your home, doing the thing that you like to do, because they've seen you write it somewhere. And you made 100K. You started making money already. If 10 more people come to ask you the following month, that's another 100K. These first 10 people will hook, and they will say, wait, but then there's now I think of this thing. You say for example, you're writing about poultry farming. There will be a corporate, there will be one banker that tie to the neck to go to work every day who's interested in poultry business. Is then saying, oh, can you help me set up a farm? Say, well, obviously I can do this thing. Because you're writing about poultry farming. You're writing about how the diseases are killing and how they can control it, how poultry farming can be bigger in Africa, how this can be this. They don't know say that you don't get work, and then make you write those things. But you, even because you want to be able to go and showcase what you know somewhere, you are learning a lot more. And then this learning will show. As you network with people, they will know if you know something. They will know if you know what you're saying. And that's why I say, let your roots be deeper than what's showing up. Right. So, for mid-career people, identify the skills that are crucial for your next stage. Identify the skills that are crucial for your next stage. If you've been on a job for 2 years, 3 years, and you are below 35, you're below 30, 2, 3 years, hey, what's your next move? I said to people, pardon my French, and I said to people, before you turn 40, do not stay 5 years on a job. Do not stay 3 years on a job before you turn 40. Move as much time as you can. Learn as much skill. I mean, on those jobs, learn skill. Now, what is the thing that will aid your mobility? Is the knowledge that you have around the future of the industry that you are in. What will aid your mobility? If you don't know the next phase, the next company will not hire you. So for me, if I want to see whether I'm still solid in the market, it's the same way guys do this thing. Some guys, it's not as if they want to cheat, but they want to see whether they are still fit in the market. When they have one girlfriend, they still going to ask another person, and that will not agree. They say, yes, 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 yes. This is good, this is good, this is good. Well, women too do it. They would, once people ask them out, say, okay, I'm still fit, I'm still fit, I'm still fit, I'm still in the market, right? So it is called, well, it's called market check. But if you do not have the skill required within the industry, that no next person will be looking to hire you. You will only be doing the things that you are used to in this space, and you'll be moving ahead, right? So for people switching careers, you must be able to learn and know the things that the industry require and the next space for the industry. Now, when you're coming to an organization and you're moving from one organization to the other, people are asking. Now, this is why a microfinance bank will be looking for a head of marketing or someone on the marketing team for a commercial bank, or someone on the marketing team for a commercial bank to come and head their own marketing team, because you know something that is ahead of their own industry. So they want to pull you and then they give you the offer to say, oh. So if you look at people who have moved roles across board, they are leaders in this particular industry. They will not take a team member that is less performing in a microfinance bank to come and be the team lead in their own microfinance bank. No, they would rather pick a team leader in that, because the person now has the skill, or has like very much have the skill that they need in that space, right? So for people switching career, I recommend that you stay ahead of the industry changes and ensure to remain highly competitive. Ensure to remain highly competitive. Let it be obvious that, I mean, you can deliver the future that the next company needs, right? I'll rush through the two last points, and I'll throw the floor open to question. If this is making sense to you in any way, can I please see you drop any kind of emoji in the comment section, any kind of emoji that you like. If it's making sense to you, let me be sure that I'm not saying rubbish. Okay. Okay. Now, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Now, after saying all of what we have said, right? To put yourself out there, to put yourself out there to network well, um, to network well and all that it is. You must then begin to tailor your application, starting from your resume. You must start 18 minutes more, yes, and you must start to customize your resume to meet the requirements of the jobs that you're looking out for. And this is about the easiest, because to be honest, there are templates out there. So I will not stay on this. It's not a hack. There are templates out there that you can use to ensure that you do not just copy. You ensure that you edit it to meet the industry and to meet the need of the application, or to meet the need of the industry. Um, Finally, prepare for interview with purpose. Now, prepare for interview with two intentions: to get the job, and not all, to get the job and to learn. So that if you don't get the job, you won't have lost totally. You would have learned something. Now, if you've learned something about the job, there will be another opening. You can apply it again. If you've learned something about the job and the industry, you can use that to go and to apply somewhere else. So you've learned, and you go to the final stage at Access Bank, and you have learned all that there is, right? You've understood about your mistakes and all of it. And then now there's a UBA. You can then apply that knowledge that you have gotten previously. I say, while getting ready for your interview, research the companies thoroughly and practice common interview questions. Be ready to articulate your passion, right? Be ready to articulate your passion for the role. Let them see that you're not looking to work because you want to earn, but you're looking to work to deliver value. And I say without mincing words, everybody wants you to be able to deliver value. Now you would say, is it not, is it not to be able to make money that everybody is working for? Yes, but that's not what people are hiring you for. What they're hiring for is to be able to deliver value, right? And for people switching career, as I round up, is to prepare to discuss your experience in detail, right? Be very open to talk about your experience in detail and let them know the things that you have done before and what you're bringing on board, right? Now, I say this carefully. For those who their current job, do not require them saying a lot. Rehearse very well, knowing the things that you will say and the things that you will not say. Interviews can make you say all the trade secrets of your other organization, but rehearse very well so that you are able to bring your A game in, talking about you and what you have done on that job and not talking about that company, right? And on that note, I would say I'll take your wrap. I'll say thank you for the time. I'm dropping my conclusion notes in the comment section so we all can read. You probably can take part of it at time. But I've just dropped my conclusion notes in the comment section. I say thank you very much for allowing me this time, and thank you so much um, for bringing me up. I'm open to your questions while we round up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Wow, that's pretty amazing. I am dazed. I'm just about recovering from everything I've heard this evening, and this is pretty insightful. Thank you so much, Mr. Toluwase Olaniyan. I've followed you personally on LinkedIn, a smart chap that I am. So please, I think my request is pending. And of course, if there's anyone here who hasn't followed us on our LinkedIn and Instagram, and please do. And this, like I said earlier, these are discussions and webinars that we should be paying for, and we are getting it all for free. Thank you so much, sir, for making out time to, take us through this session. I would open the floor for questions and answer right away. So please, if you have any questions and answers, the floor is yours. Kindly indicate by lifting your hands, and then we'll call names so that you can proceed. Thank you very much. Okay, I just noticed Mr. Toluwase has posted some of his notes in the chat box. If you are smart enough, you would copy and paste somewhere, because this meeting won't last forever. So the best thing to do is quickly copy and paste somewhere so that you can refer to it much later. So you're waiting for questions and answers, and yes, you can actually drop your comments, your questions in the chat room. If you're too shy, we can help you read it out, and then so we can proceed. Yes. Okay, so I want to admonish us all that as it is at the moment, Mr. Tolu has said quite a lot. In fact, he has shared so much of himself into this evening's session that, in fact, in my mind, I'm thinking, I will not go and start 30 days LinkedIn challenge, right? And start telling them what I do. So all of these things, this is a charge for me. Like, I don't know how, even if you don't have a question or to ask, tell us how you feel about this evening's session. Let's even start from there.
What Mayan, we have the hand up. Mayan, we have a hand up, Mr. Ogunwa.
Okay, yes, please go ahead, sir. Mr. Abimbola, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, ma'am. My name is Ogunweide Abimbola Eunice. The talking finger teacher. I'm a sign language interpreter and a special educationist. I love this today lecture, and I would like to give kudos to Mr. Toluwase. It was an insight that I love so much. What he said is very interesting. I've learned a lot today. What he said, I could remember for some couple of time that I went to some seminar because I work with Lagos State government, but I do my own side hustling as well. We went for a seminar at Novotel Hotel at Aja. I think there. On getting there, during that seminar, whenever we are at the hotel, anybody I come across, I won't talk to them. I will sign to you. So people will be asking, wow, what are you saying? I would love to know this. Okay, let me give you the basic of this. This is how to say good morning. This is how to say good afternoon. I think that brought some contrast to me as well. So I love the style, and I would like to include that newspaper reading, as he said as well, to my way of doing things. But I'm also trying to search for distant sign language interpretation, and searching for other jobs abroad. I try using LinkedIn, but almost all of them doesn't work. I don't know if there is any other places he has that I can do that, because I deal with children living with disability, people living with disability. I interpret for the deaf. I interpret in a location. According to Lagos State rules now, that any program that is being done must be, there must be an interpreter to interpret for the program. So I do go for a program like that. But I'm thinking of being a global person, not just being in Nigeria or in Lagos where I reside. So when it's global, I can do it online. We call it distant interpreter. So I'm thinking of including that into my listing. I don't know if Mr. Toluwase, I'm mistaking that name for Toluwase because I have a daughter who is Toluwase. So I find it hard to change it to Toluwase. So Mr. Toluwase, I would like if you can provide more insight into how I can still upskill myself. Though I take a lot of courses on graphic design, on some virtual assistant and some other courses. I like taking courses. As I'm talking, I'm taking 2 courses in Unilag. I'm taking some online too, on Coursera, on LinkedIn, on others.
Very much, Mr. Bibb. So what's the question so that our faculty can address it?
I think I get the question, and I'll just hit it like really straight, right? So what you should be looking out for is not opportunity for distance sign projects. What you should be looking for is to get into conversation for global sustainability and inclusion, or inclusion and ethics. Now, what you are doing is an arm, is a subset of a larger set. So what you should do is to then seek the larger set and find your feet in it. I'll explain what I mean, right?
Okay, sir.
Now, there's a larger trend called equity and inclusion,
yes,
which is a conversation around everyone must be included. How much of this global network of equity and inclusion do you belong to? Right? It's a community of practice around people who are vast in equity and inclusion. Now, your voice must then be very loud in that space of equity and inclusion. So when they are talking about I'm sorry, deaf and dumb not being included enough in conversation, or talking about dwarfs not being included in conversation. Your voice is loud because you understand their pain. Now, what you have to offer is in the problem that is available. Now, your voice is loud and you're having conversation talking about their pain. They will now ask you, what is your own focus, your own specialization? You then say, oh, signing to these people. However, I am an advocate of the larger conversation, which is equity and inclusion. So my brand, in affiliation with another brand, recruited 20 people living with disability for a top bank in Nigeria. Now, other banks have been coming to say, oh, come and recruit for us, come and recruit for us. Now, recruitment for me is the large conversation. I am able to speak to HRs at different level. Now, as there's now a bigger conversation, equity and inclusion, I'm able to ask these HR people, how are you including persons living with disability in your conversation? Now, it's a way for me to get in. They don't have people who are deaf and dumb at their event, in their organization. So if I'm a sign language instructor, I don't have a job there. If they have events and the sign language is only one time, they will call me and that's it. But I've then said to them, put people living with disability in your system. So I have weaved myself using the larger conversation to get into their system. So now they do not think of any other, when it comes to, if they are looking for people, someone that will deal with people living with disability, generally, they most likely will not come to you, who are the professionals. They will come to me because I've been able to put my voice in the larger conversation, right? And gradually, there's a law that you must have at least 5 people or 5% of your staff being with people who live with disability. Now, so there's like a larger conversation there. So get into that community of practice globally. So look out for equity and inclusion communities globally, be a member of it, put yourself into the conversation. It could be in that conversation, you are the only one from Nigeria. So when they now have conversation, they want to have meetings, they will say, so let's call Dr. Abimbola from Nigeria, who will do this, right? So you then fitting yourself in gradually. But it's a larger community of practice, equity and inclusion. You can include sustainability to it and then begin to fit yourself into that space. So madam, please don't learn graphic design again. Just, sustainability is big. Equity and inclusion is massive and big, right? I have a few people here in the Netherlands who are studying business management and sustainability. That sustainability, equity and inclusion is massive. It goes beyond signing to them or like just providing consulting. It is a big conversation. In fact, just that you are doing research on equity and inclusion, you can make more, you can make ×2 of the money you make per annum just by doing consulting for top brands, for global brands who are looking to implement some of these things in Africa, right? So, so I think that, you probably just want to refocus that and get into a large community of practice. I hope that was helpful. Okay, I hope that was helpful. So
you were helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Amazing. We have another question in the comment section, which I'll just read out briefly. I don't know if this is a question, but I'll just go on to say, okay, I'll read this one. My question goes like this. Can you tell us how you do it when you try to key into people's profession? For example, if you met someone and the person said he's into building construction and you are trying to key into what the person is doing by telling him you sell building materials, how do you do it if the person later asks you to supply him building materials when you don't even sell any building materials?
Okay.
That's the question, sir.
Okay, so thanks, Abib. So at that time, right, I was not a human capital professional. I was an entrepreneur, a generalist, right? And that was my job, an entrepreneur, a generalist, which is the English word for a hustler. So I know literally every industry and something about every industry. Pardon my friend, every industry. Because I was a hustler. So if you say you sell building material, if you say you're an engineer, I know and I have basic idea of it already. I mean, and by the way, I have done almost everything, every kind of thing you can imagine, including conductor. I mean, in this Lagos, I have done literally everything, right? I used to stay at my father's shop where he sells cement. It's just cement we're selling, but I've gone around the whole of markets to know how much they're selling roofing sheets, how much they're selling nail. In fact, it wasn't my dad's shop, it was his younger brother, but roofing sheets. I've gone to study all of that while I was in university. Even when I was having extra year, I was making t-shirts, and branded material. So almost in every field, right? Almost in every field, I have at least had something or someone say something that I can have, right? So better put, I can also see navigate my way if I'm caught in a web of a profession that I might not be very familiar with, right? All I need to do is to ask you and then say, oh, fantastic. I'm sure I'm able to provide solutions to you in that line because I do this. Can we fix another meeting? Before that meeting, I'm going to study the things I need to study and come back to come and meet you, right? It is about the more you network, the more you build skill to sell yourself and to be able to think fast, right? I think on the spot, I think while I'm standing, right? And this is not that I was born that way, or it was grown and continuous practice around it, then make it a lot better, right? I mean, I can be very spontaneous, but continually doing this has then made it a lot better. So even now, when my staff tell me, we want to buy extension box and there's nowhere to see. I say it's true, there's nowhere to see. I scan through, scan through, scan through. I can tell you where to get. It's also because I've thrown myself into all of these things on the streets. Because I mean, at that time I was on the street, and I'm able to then, churn it out at every point in time. So yeah, I think it was easy for me. I hope it's easy for everybody.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just move into the next question, which is from Gims. My question is, I am a student of business administration and I will love to be an administrative manager / consultant because I love to help people. I love to help grow businesses. I beg your pardon. Please, how do I start building my space and networking?
No space that you are building is not your space. You have never finished school. You don't even have work. You don't even have money. There's no space. First, go look for a company to intern with and see how they actually grew their business. Or two, go intern with a consulting firm that does this and learn how they do it for a year or two. Then you can come to do it. In fact, then you can now know if truly what you want to do is that, because you want to compete with PwC, KPMG, Deloitte while you are in school. You want to compete with people who have worked at KPMG, PwC, and Deloitte from school. So it is not your space yet. Go out, intern with those people, work with them, see how people grow companies, see how they grow businesses, understand their failures, understand their wins, understand their gains. Then come back and say, see, I have known all of these things. I can now help your business, and that's simply how to do it. I will not listen to somebody who just finished school and is coming to advise me on my own business, because I'm like, you have not even done this thing before. Have you lost 10 million naira? Have you helped a client lose 10 million naira? And now you now know how to help me not to lose 10 million naira. You probably don't know how to, right? So it's then very easy to go and intern, understand how these things are done, understand understand the ropes, and then you can then say, okay, fine, now I get this, right? What you want to do is practical. It cannot be read in the books. Particularly if you're in Nigeria, everything the book has said about how to run a business successfully in Nigeria has failed. The only thing that can potentially work is clear understanding of a clear understanding of past and future experiences has seen from businesses and from real life cases. I hope that was helpful, Kim Kim.
Okay, I think that was helpful because it hasn't been applied. There are no more questions for now, so we'll just wrap this up briefly. Thank you so much, Mr. Toluwase. I'm trying so hard not to call you the other name. This has been really amazing, and it is how you say this thing with so much passion and all of these things. I'm so fired up in my bones. Like I can't wait to start to go into my drawing boards and start doing things. So thank you so much, sir. Okay, so at this point I would just like to tell every one of us that has not been following us on our socials, this, like you have learned today, these are avenues where you can get information for free. I mean, who does things again for free in this community, in this country, especially in our world right now, Nigeria? These are avenues where you can get stuff done for free. Please go to our social media and those follow us. You can even follow our facilitators. I mean, starting from Mr. Toluwase this evening, and then our previous facilitators last week and upper week. This program this boot camp started like 3 weeks ago, and we've been, on it every Saturday and Sunday. So go to our social medias, back up a bit, check out our facilitators, follow them, and follow up our post for the next big thing coming up on that space. Mr. Tolu, I'll give the room to you. I think I can see your hands up.
Oh, okay. I mean, funny enough, it was just I didn't do that intentionally. However, Ambassador Modi, I have read your comment. I think I've connected with you. I know the moderator probably just also didn't think that was a question. That was why they didn't take it. But I'm sure that it's well taken. Happy to connect with you on LinkedIn. I think I have. You sent me a connection. But happy to connect with you. But I'd like to let you know that that was not, it wasn't ignored. It was just that it didn't seem like a question, right? So thank you. I mean, I didn't really raise my hand intentionally, but yeah, happy that I was given the mic. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that was an oversight. However, I was asking for questions, but it's fine. Thank you so much. My apologies, please. My apologies. Okay. Okay, so like I said earlier, please follow us on socials and yes. So at this point, I would like to invite someone very special in our midst at the moment. She's been in the room all the while. She's been, observing. But at this point, I'd like to bring her in and without further ado, with exploding excitement in the comment section, let's welcome Olufemi Olaosun, the pioneer and the founder of MyLEAPS initiative, which is powering this boot camp, the career development boot camp. And this has been on for like I said earlier, 3 weeks and still going. And we're wrapping up next weekend. So let's put our hands together with excitement and so much emojis as we welcome Olufemi Olaosun.
Maya, thank you. Maya, thank you very much. Even though I'm not the facilitator, Mr. Toluwase, I want to say thank you so much for joining. I know this is the first time you're hearing my voice. And let me just say this for everyone. Mr. Tolu shared some things about LinkedIn. Would you believe that we have never spoken before? We've never met. I saw a post of his on LinkedIn, and it literally just tied with what we needed to discuss. And I sent him a message and I said, please, could you come on board as a facilitator? We're having a boot camp. And with so much graciousness, he literally accepted. Like, he accepted literally immediately. So I want to thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the insights that you've shared. And just like our moderator said, for free, because if we were to start paying for this knowledge and insights, I'm not sure we would have had this boot camp. But I'm really deeply grateful to you. And personally, I'm very thankful that you accepted the request and you've come on today and you've shared so freely and so deeply of all that you know. Thank you so much. I don't know if the moderator mentioned it, that Mr. Toluwase is a 2024 Ralph Award winner. So he's not a that's the only of his first award. So trust me, him giving us this time, personally, I do not take it for granted. So thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate Mr. Toluwase. And to everyone who has joined, please feel free to connect with him. Trust me, he's especially on his LinkedIn. If you want, his LinkedIn is full of things. Please connect with him. He has even okay, Toluwase Olaniyan on all platforms. So please connect with him. I know this is also part of branding. This thing he just did, I also do it. Like I'm Olufumi Olaojo on all platforms. It's part of your branding. So please connect with him, learn from him. He has so much initiatives that I'm sure you definitely can benefit from. So thank you everyone for joining. Just like the moderator has said, we've been running this since the beginning of August, and we're officially wrapping up next weekend. And it's been a series of learning. Of course, we'll try as much as possible to send all, but we had said that at the end of the boot camp, we would send the recordings to those who join. So if you're yet to register, please, it's something you need to do, because we'll be sending the recordings, pardon me, to only those who registered. Thank you so much for joining in today. And please, again, just like our moderator said, feel free to connect with us on social media. We currently have our LinkedIn page up and the Instagram page. I believe that should have been shared. Feel free to connect because we still have other things in store that you definitely want to benefit from. So thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for your time. Mr. Tolu, again, we deeply appreciate you for joining us today. And please, if you're yet to register, Mayan, I don't know if you want to type it, but let me just do it myself. I've dropped the registration link in the I'll just drop it in the chat box currently, so that for those who are yet to register, please do so, because like I said, only those who are registered will get the Zoom recordings for all the bootcamp, the sessions that I've held so far. So I have posted it. Unable to connect because he's a premium user on LinkedIn. Well, I'm a LinkedIn coach. I don't think I know what that is, because even if you're a premium user, you should still be able to connect. It's just for you to send a connection request. So if he decides to accept it, he accepts it. Being a premium user doesn't stop that from happening. So
hi, Koke. I think I got your connection request. I think I'm accepting. Not a problem. Yeah, I accepted already.
All right, fantastic. So thank you very much for that, Solu. So again, thank you all so much for joining. And I think with this, we have officially come to the end of today's session. Thank you so much, Mr. Tolu. Once again, words are not enough to express our deepest appreciation. And also to Mayan, thank you for being a wonderful moderator. And to everyone who has joined, thank you for joining us. And we hope to see you at the grand finale, which is coming up next week, Saturday. Well, we have to drop it a bit into Sunday. So 1st of September. So we have Saturday, last day of August, and then we have first day of September. And you definitely do not want to miss it. So thank you all very much for joining, and do have a wonderful, wonderful evening ahead. Thank you very much.